been a couple of months since we did a Cool Tools video, and in that time I've gone through my shop and I've picked out a handful of really good ideas that were developed by regular folks like you and me. So that's the focus of this edition of Cool Tools. Small, family-run businesses that make great tools that are worth supporting. Not just for the things you're about to see, but because they continue to innovate, and I'm excited to see what else they could do if we all try to throw a little support behind them. Even if that just means to visit their websites and see what they got going on. So to that end, I'm placing links to all these cool tools below this video in the video description and also pinned to the top of the comments. Now let's get started. This clever little invention from hand tool expert Rob Cosman is one of the most useful hand plane accessories I've seen. For about 150 years or so, hand planes like these have been adjusted with a knob between the tote, which is the handle, and the frog, which is what holds the blade. If you want to take a thicker shaving, you turn that knob. The problem is, those knobs usually take 2 or sometimes even a 3-finger grip to turn them, so it's difficult to make adjustments. This really becomes a pain, especially when you're resetting the plane after you've removed the iron for sharpening, and so you're trying to push it forward on your material and turn the knob at the same time to adjust to the proper cut. If you use hand planes, you know what I'm talking about. It can be done, but it's a bit of a pain, especially with planes that feature smaller knobs. The AdjuSTAR is simply a star-shaped knob that replaces the round one on your plane, but it allows you to make adjustments with one finger as you continue to grip the tote and move the plane forward. This may seem like a trivial thing, but once you try one, you'll see why I love it so much. Right now, I have one just for my 5.5, which is the plane I use most, but I'm definitely going to get a couple for some other planes. It is well made from brass, and there are different versions for different types of planes. I'm going to link to the Stanley version below, but from there you can find one for Wood River or for Lee Nielsen if you need those. Just try one. Put it on your smoother or your jack plane or whatever you use the most. And know that you're also supporting a small family business that generously teaches thousands of folks to take up the craft and does a lot of good, especially for disabled woodworkers and those with PTSD. I'll link to them below this video. This next cool tool is special because it's based upon a great idea from a regular garage woodworker who's funding and marketing it all on his own, and that is not easy these days. It's called the Philip Miller Adjustable Mortise Jig and Tenon System, and it's designed to quickly and easily build tables of all shapes and sizes by simplifying the process of attaching the legs to the tops. The system is based upon metal plates that sit inside shallow mortises. This makes a very secure connection that is quick to produce, easy to assemble, and perfect for furniture that you may make for yourself or even to sell and ship commercially. Here's how it works. The adjustable jig attaches to the bottom of the table with screws. Since this is the underside of the top, no one will ever see the holes left behind. Then a plunge router and a template bit is used to precisely cut your mortise. Notice how it doesn't go all the way to the edge, so the plate is not going to be visible once it's installed. Speaking of plates, or adaptable tenon fasteners as they're called, they come in 3 sizes and 2 thicknesses. They're quickly aligned on the top of the leg using the same jig. There are a wide range of holes for various leg sizes, and long screws make a very secure connection. The plate now acts as a tenon, which is secured in the mortise with more screws. For narrow legs like these, you might add stretchers for added strength. Larger legs may be self-supporting. I like how the legs are flush with the edges of the top for a really clean look without the need for aprons. The top can also move as it takes on and releases moisture from the air. This joinery is simple and easy to create without a lot of special tools, yet there's no visible fasteners. And it can be taken apart easily for moving or storage down the road or for shipping if you want to sell your work. I'm not saying that this is a replacement for traditional mortise and tenon joinery in all cases, but it makes a lot of sense for a lot of folks, and you just can't beat the speed and efficiency. The idea came from a Florida furniture maker named Philip Miller, and he set up a Kickstarter page to get it going. I would really like you to at least visit that. Remember, this isn't a big company. This is a regular woodworker trying to bring his own idea to market, and I think that kind of innovation is just worth supporting. So please use the link below this video to check it out and maybe consider adding your support. For many years, I've used and recommended diamond stones for sharpening because they work really well for all sorts of tools and they require almost no maintenance. What I mean by that is a traditional water or oil stone will wear unevenly as you use it, so it has to be flattened regularly, sometimes after each use depending on the stone. If you don't constantly maintain the stone's flatness, you end up with poorly performing, misshapen edges on your chisels and other straight edge tools. A good diamond stone comes flat from the factory, and it should stay that way with virtually no maintenance for its entire lifespan. Now, I've used several good brands of stones over the years, and they're all still great. But a while back, I got one from Empower because they're a small family-run business in Canada, and I like supporting small companies whenever I can, especially since their stones are of great quality, but they're also less expensive than the ones that I used to use, which I know is going to help some of you that have been looking to make that switch to diamonds. If I had one complaint, is that the diamonds are embedded on a plate, which is then attached to the aluminum core, and I would have liked to have seen the diamonds embedded right to the core. I had one that wasn't flat for that reason and needed to go back. But the folks at Empower are great to deal with, so no big deal. Empower also includes some add-ons that make a big difference. Like the 8-inch double-sided complete kit comes with 300 grit on one side and either 600 or my personal favorite 1200 on the other. It also comes with a magnetic stropping cover that'll take your edge up to a razor sharp 5,000 grit. And you get a pair of magnetic holders to keep the stone from sliding around while you use it, plus a really nice case. Empower makes a lot of really nice diamond sharpening gear and a bunch of other stuff. You've seen some of this on Cool Tools before, like my favorite, their side-by-side sharpening system, which features 3 grits of diamonds, 3 levels of stropping, all in one in this convenient carry case so it's easy to store and move around. They also have small pocket-sized hones and other handy jigs and tools too. I highly recommend you just go and check them out at the link below this video. Even if you're not looking for diamond sharpening gear at the moment, like I said, they got a lot of other cool stuff on the site. They are real innovators that are worth supporting. I admit it, I've owned a lot of router tables in my life, probably too many. I just think that a good router table can rival your table saw as one of the most versatile tools in your shop. You can do a lot of stuff with them. So it's worth doing your homework before you decide to build or buy one. Let me give you another option that just might make your decision easier, because I think that this may be the best value, dollar for dollar, that I have ever seen, because it combines a wide range of high-end features with exceptional quality at a very reasonable price point. First, the top is just under 1.5 inches thick, so it won't sag, and it's covered with low friction laminate, so your workpiece will glide easily. There's a combination track on the front for the miter style bars that you find on a wide range of jigs and sleds and accessories, as well as anything that can be locked into a T-track, such as featherboards and various stops. The fence is very well made from extruded aluminum angle. The MDF faces are also covered in low friction laminate and are adjustable to open and close the center. There are dual T-tracks for mounting featherboards and other accessories to the fence, including a flip stop, which comes with it, and an optional accessory bar for supporting panels and other workpieces on edge. I love that feature. Another great feature are these metal bars on the back. You slip them behind the outfeed face of the fence. Then that turns your router into an edge jointer. If you've ever tried to glue up several narrow boards to make a wide panel and you had gaps in the seams, this will solve that common problem. What really blows this setup out of the water is the included high-end router lift. It's designed for medium-sized 3.5-inch router motors. I'm using a Bosch, but it'll work with other brands too. The laser etched scales on top provide a visual reference for fence adjustments that makes small adjustments a lot easier. And it has a lift adjuster that has a display in the thousandths of an inch. The lift mechanism is very smooth. It's comparable to the really high-end lifts that I've used. There's no backlash at all. It is a little slow. It takes 10 revolutions to raise or lower it just 1/2 inch, but that allows you to make very fine adjustments easily. There's also an above-the-table locking mechanism, something I wish all router lifts had. And of course, the insert rings around the bit opening can be changed to match your bit size. It's also worth noting that the base frame is really high quality. It's made from steel tubes instead of the more common and less expensive steel angle that sometimes they use for the legs and the cross members. The tubes are much more stable and less likely to move and rack and flex at the joints. That plagues those type of router bases, in my opinion. Another really clever feature is the switch. It operates 2 outlets on its back. So you can plug your router motor into one and a shop vacuum into the other, and now both can be turned on and off simultaneously. In fact, I plan to add a shelf to the bottom of my frame and then put a small shop vacuum there so my dust collection is built right in. So you get the base, the switch, the top, the fence, and the lift all in one package for a lot less than I've seen lower quality equipment sell for. If you're thinking of getting a new router table or upgrading to a real workhorse, this is definitely worth checking out. And it comes from Craftsman Gallery at chipsfly.com, which is a small family retailer in Ohio that's run by a man named Louis Stepp. I've known him for years, and he's developed a bunch of really clever tool designs. Check him out at the link below. This next small business creation is a handy idea developed by a builder who wanted to simplify the tasks he did over and over again every day. I think it's best to just let him explain it to you.
The key features of the Morgan Square and for framing, the tongue is 1.5 inches, same as the studs that you're going to be putting in the wall that you're framing. Center line right here is directly in the middle of this, so it makes it very easy to line the studs up properly when you start to put your wall up. We have this mark here at 1.5 inches, which we will explain a little bit later in our demonstration. Have your pencil right here. You combine that with your tape measure already on the square, and you don't have to do the -3/4 because you have the center line right here that you just line up with the 16 mark on your tape measure. Slide on out here, got your 16, mark both sides, got your 32, 48, a single step to do both the measuring and the marking for your layout. And tell you about this 1.5 inch mark right here. This 1.5 inch is for when you're doing an opening in the wall, such as a door or a window. So what you're going to do is simply measure out to where that opening is going to be. We'll say in this case it's at 39 inches. Make your mark here, mark both sides, come back out and mark it again, and you have all 3 of the markings here. You have your king stud, your trimmer, and your cripple stud, all in one quick, accurate, fast measurement.
Is it going to completely revolutionize the building trades? Probably not, because it's really hard for a small maker to get traction in an industry that's dominated by big corporations. But I do think this is a great alternative to the speed square that will really speed up the process of framing. Because I want to support them, and since it was pretty darn cheap, I grabbed one just so I would have it in my toolbox for future projects. Give it a look at the link below. This final cool tool isn't from a small business, but I wanted to share it because it came from a viewer recommendation, and I like to encourage you folks to share what helps you out in your shops as well. Well, some time back, I mentioned how I like to use zebra pens in and outside the shop for decades, and how I've always thought they were such a great value. Well, a viewer said I should try the F701 model. I was skeptical because I liked the regular ones, but now I'm a convert. It's entirely stainless steel on the barrel, no plastic. It feels heavier and higher in quality. I've had no complaints with the way the other ones wrote, but this extra weight makes this one feel different. I really like it. And I can't believe how inexpensive this was, like a few bucks, which is one of the reasons I like zebra pens in general. When people steal them from you, which they do once they see how nicely they write, or if you lose one, which we do, it doesn't hurt. They also make a pencil version, but as you know, I am not trading my Pentel Graph Gear pencils for anything. They are the best mechanical pencils I have ever used. Sorry, Zebra. I'll link to them below this video, both of them in fact. You wouldn't think something as simple as a writing instrument would be so game-changing, but these are among the most used tools in any shop. That's it for this edition of Cool Tools. Please be sure to visit all of the links just to show some support, even if you're not in the market to buy anything. But before you go, I have one more small business worth supporting. It's just a couple of cuts. Your ears will be fine, right? They will be if you have your IsoTunes Bluetooth earbuds in, because you'd already have your ANSI certified hearing protection on because you're listening to your favorite music and podcasts. And you're supporting a small family business at the same time. Please use the link below this video to learn more and to show them you support what we do as well.